Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Thankful Thursday, August 17th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today is an award winning actor and martial artist and stuntman, and I'm excited to have him here. And one thing about him, he is fine. Ladies and gentlemen, have the pleasure of, without further ado, welcoming our very special guest today, Percy Spitfire Brown, ladies and gentlemen. He will be joining me here in the dollhouse. And I'm super excited about that. So, I need you guys to go ahead and share that live and make sure you guys are also subscribed to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube. So, without further ado, let's welcome our incredibly talented, handsome, very special guest, Spitfire Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Yeah. Let me know if the sound is muffled.
I can hear you perfect now. Welcome to the dollhouse. How are you?
All right.
It is such a pleasure to have you here.
Okay.
Finally, we've been talking back and forth behind the scenes. So, how has 2023 been for you so far?
Oh, it's always great. I always live blessed, happy, and free.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So, without further ado, let's get into this interview with our icon today, Fashion Dolls. You have been in the acting game for a long time. You're an award winning actor, stuntman, and martial artist. So, before we get to your career, because of course we're going to discuss Mortal Kombat, which you're known for. You played Rain in Mortal Kombat, and you also did part as well too, Mortal Kombat Live, which we'll talk about. Now, you were born and raised in the south side of Chicago. And
Oh,
when I
yes.
think of Chicago, I think of Jennifer Hudson. I think of also Sherry Shepherd as well, too, because that is their hometown, Chicago. So tell us a little bit about that.
South side of Chicago. Born and raised on the south side. And, the age of 4, I seen Bruce Lee movies. Didn't check any Disney stuff, any cartoons, just watched Bruce Lee stuff and told my grandmother and mother that, hey, that's what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to grow up and be a fitness expert and martial artist and break into the movies like Bruce Lee. So ever since that age of 4, all the way up to age 21, that's all I've been focusing on. Breaking into the movies, doing everything inspirational like him. And that's what helped me get out the south side of Chicago alive.
Yes, because growing up on that side, especially in predominantly black neighborhoods back then at that time, was hard.
Oh,
So a
yes.
lot of actors were looking to get out and excel in their careers, 100%. Now, what's crazy is you said 4 years old, because our guest that we had on yesterday, Kyle Austin, said that he started very young at 4 years old also too. So where did this passion, at what age growing up did you say, okay, acting is something that I really, really want to do, to excel in?
Well, it was basically then, 4 and 5 years old, watching people in the crowd, cheering the crowd, listening to people outside the movie theater, be inspired and doing karate moves and stuff and making Bruce Lee sounds and stuff like that. So instead of being one of them, being one of the fans, I wanted to be the guy that helps inspire people to go out and do that. So, so I couldn't stop thinking about it, basically. Nothing else would ever take over my mind. Anything else would be secondary. So, and then I would use everything, and I mean everything, as a vehicle to get me there. If I'm in school and parents or somebody say, hey, you need to get straight A's in order to go to karate school tonight, I'm getting straight A's. If I'm like in grade school, you need to dress a certain way because that's how he dressed. And, he was what do you call that? A high value man. He always dressed like a high value man. He was always in shape. I took a lot of personal stuff that he did and just used it throughout my life to help me. So it's pretty easy. It's
Right.
pretty easy because you would think people would be against somebody in their dream. It was the complete opposite. because people were seeing it happen. Age 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, I was winning a bunch of martial art tournaments, and every week people just see me with 2 or 3 trophies, and they knew right away that, okay, yeah, he's serious about what he's doing. And then I tell them exactly why I'm doing it. And no matter what's going on the south side of Chicago, and some of the people who on the other side, doing certain things, they would tell me, hey, stay away from this stuff because you got this going on, and we want to see you exceed at that. So I got a lot of support, So, yeah.
Now, you've mentioned awards. Let's get right into it. You are a multiple Master of Martial Arts Hall of Fame award. I said you are a multiple Master of Martial Arts Hall of Fame award winner and world famous TV ninja.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it takes a lot of perseverance and hard work to get where you're at in your career. I consider you an icon in my eyes. Because I would have been 5 when Mortal Kombat Conquest came out. That was 1998.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get to that later. But I would have been 5 years old when that movie or television series came out, believe it or not. So for you, where do you get that passion and the drive from to keep going all of these years? And what is the key thing for you to have longevity in your career?
From, I would say, the first feeling of inspiration. So the main thing was to grow up and be an inspiration. But check this out, to help other people to be inspired to live their dreams of what they want to do. I had somebody like the other day, she's going to be she was having a hard time being a nurse, but she's helping us save people's lives. Yeah. So she came to work out with me to pull off some energy I was having because she was having a tough week, to help inspire her for her going, whatever level of being a nurse is. So she pulled off that energy to help her future. I've had a training business too, and for a while too, a while back, and a lot of people that would come to me in the training business, in the rehabilitation business, were a lot of top people, a lot of producers, a lot of doctors, financial attorneys, real estate people, real estate moguls, and they would use me as an escape to pull them out of what they're doing, but also to help inspire them too as they're working out with me. So I would say the main thing that keeps me going is to know that, inspiration is key, and it doesn't matter what age you get to, you can still inspire people. Like right now, I'm excited about Equalizer 3 with Denzel. Denzel's like mid-60s. So he's mid-60s. So, that right there is like, no. Let me do double time on this 4 a.m. workout.
Now, Equalizer 3, you've mentioned Denzel Washington, and again, longevity. He's been in the game for a long time as well as yourself. What's it like working in this project that will be coming out pretty soon, before you know it, with the incredible Denzel Washington himself? Okay,
well, I didn't work on it. I walked past it several times to try to get Antoine Fuqua's attention. And some people have been putting in Antoine Fuqua's ear about SpitFire Brown. So when Denzel's finally ready to let it go, that character go, hey, I'm here.
All right, manifestation all in the universe.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you also did some intensive action film training at a very young age, and this helped solidify your career even more. Oh, yeah. What advice would you give to people who are looking to get into martial arts?
Okay. Martial arts or stunts, I would say martial arts. First thing you need to do is just anything. Start off any basic martial arts you can. If it's boxing, do wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, karate, taekwondo, if you're a young age though. When you get older, be specific about what 2 you want to do. And I say 2 because the first year after you get into 1, you're going to figure out that, hey, say for instance, like, I'm going to a place tonight, and right before we do jiu-jitsu, I got to do Muay Thai as the warm-up. So you're going to end up doing more than 1 anyway. That's why it's called martial arts. It's a lot of arts in martial arts. Not just 1. Always do more than 1.
Now, It says here also that you discovered the Battle of Atlanta World Championship by director Pat E. Johnson, who's worked on The Karate Kid and Ninja Turtles. And this has helped launch your career even more. So what was it like
Yeah. Yep.
getting that? Yes, go
Yes.
ahead.
Pat Johnson was the action director and fight coordinator of let's see, the first Karate Kid movie, Mortal Kombat movies, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, first one. But what he used to do uniquely was go to martial art tournaments and help famous martial artists at those tournaments break into the movie career, to have a film career as a stunt person and martial artist. The universe, the universe, ironically, told his son to tell him to come and see me. His son was a friend of mine when I was competing. So Pat Johnson was friends with Bruce Lee. All right. He was in Into the Dragon with Bruce Lee. He was a stuntman in that. So that universal connection right there, it's like, yeah, the guys were listening. And check this out. So age 20, age 19, 20, 21, I really wanted to be in a Mortal Kombat video game really, really bad. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. So what I was doing was I created my own Mortal Kombat character and just lived it. Lived it at the tournaments. And everybody all over the United States was hearing about it and kept talking about it. So Pat Johnson just happened to be the director, action director of the Mortal Kombat Live Tour and Mortal Kombat movie. He came straight to me to a tournament. It's like, hey, man, can I have your card? He's like, I don't have any cards, but you can have my name and number. I didn't realize who he was at that time because I was so focused on, being exposed and getting seen and getting recognized that, the universe, like, here he is right in front of you. You look for this man for like 5 years. And then he told me his name, and it took me like 3 minutes to register. I'm like, oh, that's you. I've been looking for you. And then he tells me, he's like, look, I'm going to be in Chicago next week. Next week, right? I'm going to be holding auditions for Mortal Kombat the Live Tour. All right? Okay, he tells me that. So the next following week, he came to Chicago. He calls me like, yeah, be here early, 2 hours early before everybody else gets here. Then he passed me on the shoulder. He's like, oh, yeah, by the way, you're not auditioning. You're already in. I just brought you here so you could show off in front of the news. So when everybody else is auditioning in front of the tour, you're leading this thing for publicity. All right? So that's how that went. And then he put me into my first movie after that, which was Batman and Robin with George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was a trip. It was fun. It was really, really fun. Oh, got a couple of stories about that because I played softball with George Clooney 2 weeks before, and on ER. Then the next following month, I'm in LA. All right, I'm in LA at the same studio, Warner Brothers, that gave Bruce Lee his first film in America, The Universe, with somebody who worked with Bruce Lee. Okay, Universe. All right, so that was me as a martial artist. That's when I learned that, okay, if you want to stay in the industry and do the stuff in the background and do stunts, that's separate. Stunts is separate from martial arts. Martial arts is just one thing. If you want to be a stunt person, you gotta be special in at least 7 things. Now, this is what happened. So I was one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's ice thugs. We had to get on hockey skates, right? But they were rollerblades painted as hockey skates. All right. They brought in this hockey team to do some of the other stuff, and then when we all went to the beach to put on our rollerblades, I didn't know how to rollerblade. I mean, at all. So Pat Johnson, by him being a hardcore, long-time stunt person, they left me there. They said, we going to have lunch. They were in Malibu. We going to have lunch in Redondo Beach. So the way the beaches go in California is, if you're in Santa Monica, you got to rollerblade through Santa Monica Beach. You got to rollerblade through Venice Beach. And then you got to rollerblade through Marina Del Rey in order to get to Redondo Beach. All right. So they left me there until I got there. All right. So standing up on the rollerblades, I'm falling down. Kids are having a great time watching me falling down hills, having a good time and everything. 2 hours later, 3 hours later, I seen them on the way back, and I knew how to rollerblade by the time they got there.
And you learned just like that.
They had no other choice. It was either that. I'm from the south side of Chicago. The man told me, hey, look, uh, uh, we can't pay you like we did on a tour, you know, kid from the south side of Chicago. We can't pay you like we did on a tour, what you were making a week. But we can give you a minimum wage of like $700 to $800 a day. Now that's like, telling somebody that it's like $700-800 a day. And he had to apologize for that. I'm like, dude, I sleep on your phone, dude, for $20 a day. What you talking about? I'm trying to break in, son. So yeah, that was yeah. And after that, I was introduced to stunts. See, a lot of martial artists, a lot of people do martial arts. They think breaking into the movies, and they want to only do martial arts. If you want to do stunts, you got to do a lot of stuff. I do motorcycle riding too. I'm gonna get set on fire next week for fun, for practice, quite a few times. Tomorrow I'm gonna be horseback riding, and then I was actually at SeaWorld yesterday for lunch, and I took myself jet skiing just to stay in shape. Yeah, I'm kind of a rolling stone. I roll around by myself, so I just do spontaneous things, instead of waiting for a group.
Now, what advice would you give? You said you get set on fire next week.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people who are looking to do this? Because people think that, oh, wow, that's so cool, but they don't understand the logistics and the dangers that go into it behind it.
Always pay attention to and watch and go to seminars. There are finally seminars now. All you got to do is pick up ATL stunts. I would say ATL stunts would be a good thing to follow right now. ATL stunts. ATL stunts have a lot of stunt seminars. All right. They do fire burns and stuff over there. They also do a lot of wire work, and they're in Atlanta. Probably about, it's a lot of American production in Atlanta, and it's been that way for a while. And a lot of people didn't know it was that way for a while. You can do a lot of training there. You can travel here to LA. I go back and forth. You can travel to LA, go to a place called Jam, join in our movements. They do a lot of seminars too. Yeah, so every single seminar that you can get into, a workshop that you can get into, no matter what it is. If it says 4 stunts, just do it. If it's weapons training, 4 stunts, do it. Stick training, we would say sword training, knife fighting, rolling, gymnastics, motorcycle stuff, anything that you can find that has something to do with the industry, just do it. Because when you got that one thing on your resume, that's not going to stand you out. That one thing is what you specialize in. I specialize in martial arts fighting, and I specialize in training actors and actresses in martial arts fighting. Okay? So I specialize in that. But, I'm going to be on a horse tomorrow.
Now, I don't mind
hey.
riding horses, but the setting fire and everything, that's a little bit scary for me.
Oh, yeah.
What's the craziest thing that has happened to you while on set doing a stunt?
Craziest thing that happened to me on set while doing a stunt, I would say a while back on a live show. Warner Brothers Western Stunt Show for Six Flags. I don't know if you're familiar with Mel Brooks. He did a movie called Blazing Saddles, comedy called Blazing Saddles. So I played Sheriff Bart in the Warner Brothers Western Stunt Show. And my look was perfect. My acting was perfect. Then they had the stunt side, which was riding horses, dancing horses, and doing cowboy stuff on horses. I didn't do that before the show. All right. So they automatically booked me on the show. The next day I was on a horse. And it was one of those situations where he'll figure it out. So in between, they were training me how to ride a horse. So the first 2 shows, it looks like a comedy. Like I'm almost falling off the horse, because I am. Like I'm scared as hell to be on a horse, because I was. Like I really didn't know what the hell to do on a horse, because I didn't. But 2 weeks later, I was a master at that shit.
And you finally got it. 24K_stunt says, and hustles are coming back, and go SpitFire.
Boom. There we go. That's family right there.
All right. So let's get right into it. Mortal Kombat Conquest. Now, you were casted as a series regular. The show debuted October 3rd, 1998. It's so crazy because me and my mom are both October women.
Right.
My mom's a Libra. I'm born on Halloween, October 31st. I would have been 5
Hey,
when this show came
my
out.
birthday's on Halloween. Yep. Hell to the yeah.
Get
My birthday's on
out!
Halloween too. You better believe that.
Scorpio season, Libra season in full effect on the cusp.
Yep.
Virgo. So,
Yep.
oh my goodness. I never knew
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That just totally threw me for a loop. So, with the show premiered
Right.
October 3rd,
Right.
1998. You made your debut as Rain. What scared me the most and what scared me about doing this interview was the eyes. Your eyes are so powerful playing Rain, and
Huh?
just you flipping and fighting the other character. I watched the clip on YouTube of Mortal Kombat Conquest.
Oh yeah.
And I said, wow, what an amazing stunt double. How many takes did it take to film that one particular scene?
One.
I can't remember the character's name. Starts with an S. And then she
Cyril.
comes in and she takes the big right in your arm. I can't give away.
Yeah. Cyril. Yeah, it's me and it's 2 of them. Cyril and Kung Lao. 2 fights.
Yes.
2 good fights. I actually did a podcast when there's a lot of people from all Mortal Kombat fans from all over the world that were looking for me for years to interview me from that show and to talk about that. Yeah, Cyril. And actually, I coordinated those fights. I was the fight coordinator for the fight. That was the thing. So Pat Johnson told John Metlin about what the action director of the show kept hearing about me from the producers of the tour and Pat Johnson. So they decided to surprise me. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be an extra. I was just happy to do some type of stunts. So when I got there, everybody was hiding stuff from me, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, here, come in the wardrobe. You're Rain today." I was like, "What?" So I ended up staying on. It was Florida, Disney. I had my own, basically, townhouse. The first time I flew out first class, townhouse. I didn't know what was going on, and was working out with friends there that I already knew there. They didn't know I was Rain yet. And then when they found out, oh cool. Then they let me just like, oh yeah, you're gonna be the fight coordinator for this for your stuff. Because we've been hearing about you and seeing you for years and been impressed with what you're doing. You're gonna be the fight coordinator. So here you go. Go do what you want. Take the character, do what you want, and we'll see you on set. That's how the beginning of that went.
And then the rest is history.
Oh, yeah.
Maxwell Marcus is here, says SpitFire, the powerhouse, and Huey Gregory Fitzgerald says Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hugh Fitzgerald is one of my first jiu-jitsu instructors. Boom, from 87 North.
Now, you mentioned in the beginning of the interview the Mortal Kombat tour, the Mortal Kombat Live. Now, this debuted at Radio City at New York. Radio City in New York. Yes. And it started September 14th, 1995 and lasted all the way up until 1996. And you guys did 200 cities. I'm going to ask, because I'm always curious to ask, what did your mama say? Has she seen Mortal Kombat Conquest and the live show?
Not at all. I promised my mother that I was going to break into the films and stuff when I was 4.
Yeah.
She died in front of me when I was 5.
Sorry.
I was with her when the incident happened on the south side of Chicago. And I was with her. I was laying in the bed with her when she took her last breath, too. So,
sorry.
But I didn't cry, though. My sister and everybody cried. Everybody tried to figure out how come I wasn't crying at a young age. I was watching Bruce Lee movies. I knew she was going to die. I seen what happened. I seen her get, unfortunately, stabbed. But I just remember the promise I made to her that I was going to break into the films and do stuff like Bruce Lee. So that was the only thing on my mind. So, yeah. She's up there. She knows.
So I know she's looking down and she's proud. What about the rest of your family, your sister in particular? Because I'm pretty sure the family at home has the concerns watching you when she, it was that one scene in particular where you do a flip over this like cement, like block barricade type thing. And then
flips and stuff like that. Everybody was used to seeing me doing that stuff in the street. Just busting out in the street, just doing flips and stuff, because I felt like it. I'm talking about at a young age, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Oh, they did this on the Jackie Chan movie? Oh, they did this on Super Ninjas. Oh, they did this on that movie. Okay, I got to do that. Next thing you know, I'm flipping down the street, flipping at the park on dirty mattresses in the we're saying vacant lots. You know, we'll call that ghetto gymnastics. Couldn't afford gymnastics, so we had to do our own shit, and it worked. You know, it worked. So yeah, they were used to me seeing me doing all that.
Now, 24K Stunt says, London says, hi, Uncle SpitFire, and
Hey.
Gregory says, damn, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, London's, I think our first day of school was yesterday. Little London. How's London? I think London's 5 or 6. Well, she won't understand this video. She probably hit me in the head saying, you don't know how old I am, fool?
So, with the success of Mortal Kombat, you're also the founder of Zenja, which is a revolutionary kids entertainment and fitness brand. So you also are a celebrity fitness consultant, and you've given away your time to donate to charities, stroke victims, patients suffering with Parkinson's disease also as well, too. So how do you find the balance with doing all of these things?
All of the, I would say, the rehabilitation stuff with that I did with elderly stroke victims and training people with Parkinson's disease and rehabilitating elderly cancer survivors. Too. It was natural because they came to me. They came to me from me training their other family members in personal training and being inspired. So they just said, you know what, we want him to rehabilitate us. So they told some doctors at Cedars that, hey, so when it just so happens that I was training those doctors too. And then the doctors even like, hey, can you train my mother? You know, they were inspired by me being around the family. So my clients were like, I specialized in training people from age 4 to 94. That was my range. Wow. Oh yeah, that was my range. And plus I used to be an MC and DJ too. So my musical skills and dancing skills were there too. I used to be one of the main interactive MCs and DJs for 450 middle schools and high schools. Yeah, and a ton of bar and bar mitzvahs on the weekend. So you know, all of that. Now, keep in mind, all of that's related to stunts and martial arts because I had to support myself of being in LA to pursue the film career. So in order to support myself, I was, specializing in other careers, but not just doing it as a something to fall back on. Like, no. I'm gonna build a whole business for this and make it very, very, very extremely successful. So I can use it anytime I want. Like I can post a picture and put a certain song by a picture and make you feel a certain way. Now I specifically can do that because I used to be a DJ and I know how to mess with people's emotions with that music.
Now, that is key thing to having longevity in this business is having a backup plan. You know, going in acting is something you could be here today and then gone tomorrow. Your star will shine and then it will slowly fade away. And that's what happens to people in this business. But you have longevity just through all of these things that you've mentioned and throughout your career. Yes, and
got goals. A lot of goals. I got what I did probably like 2 years ago in a show. Something I did in a show. And I was able to shadow the directors and producers of the show as an executive producer and a future director of the show, right? I got that written down from when I was 25. That's on a list of something that I wrote down when I was 25 years old. Just like late 40s, 50s, I still got goals to be a fitness model. In my 50s, I'm going to be a fitness model. So I got a lot of goals. Investing goals, mentoring goals, it's all about goals and sticking to the goals, daily goals, minute goals, yearly goals. So that's been going great. That's been going great.
You guys, if you missed it, what baffled me about SpitFire is that me and him are both born on the same year, October 31st. So, I mean, that's crazy. I'm still baffled by it. I'm taken aback by it. We both have that in common where we both have passions and goals. And I like to do vision boards. I like to plan ahead, and I'm always envisioning and reinventing on what I want to go in my career.
I got vision rooms.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I got vision rooms. I got stuff when I open up a bathroom cabinet, my goals are inside that bathroom cabinet. I got stuff under the bed that when I lift up the bed to pull my shoes and stuff out under, my visions and stuff are underneath that bed. I got stuff on the front door when I go into a front door of the garage before I get in that car. Some of my goals are on there too.
You write it down. Me, I've even taken it as far as writing it in the mirror with my lipstick, like something that I manifest or put into the future that I want to work on and excel in my career. So, yeah. So, okay, fashion dolls. Are y'all ready? Because I told SpitFire that I was going to quiz him on some of these martial arts icons.
Cool.
And
Nothing
then we
about
are
Kung
going
Fu Panda, though.
then we are going to turn the tables, and he's going to ask me some questions as well, too. Fashion, beauty, whatever he would like to know.
Cool.
And for my new viewers out there, you guys get to know a little bit about me through his questioning. All right?
Sweet.
So we are going to get into some martial arts trivia. All right?
All right.
Here we go. This actor and martial arts instructor managed to hit Bruce Lee in the game of death. After hitting Bruce Lee, he said, "How do you like
Danny
that?"
Asano.
Yes.
Danny Asano. I'm gonna be at his place tomorrow. I train at his academy too, the Asano Academy.
Really?
The universe, man. All Bruce Lee related. The universe.
All right. Here's the next one. This man appeared in Return of the Dragon and Enter the Dragon. In both movies, he took a beating from Bruce Lee. Really? Yeah, that's correct. All right. Which martial artist had a small role in Cannonball Run?
Jackie Chan.
Yep. Here we go. Let me go through. This person performed on the White House lawn while he was a member of the National Chinese. Yep. I couldn't even get the question out. He knows so much. Okay. During the making of what movie did Jackie Chan fall and hit his head on a rock?
It depends on if it's the one with it's the one where he's in the woods and went through the trees and hit his head on a rock. He also hit his head while trying to hold on to a clock and fell through these tarps. The name of that movie is, I want to say Project A.
There's Armor of God 1, Armor of God 2.
Armor of God 1.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
I couldn't even get the question out, y'all. Okay, this one is true or false. Bruce Lee finished filming Game of Death before he passed.
Say that again.
This one is true or false. Okay, it says Bruce Lee finished filming Game of Death before he passed.
There's two parts to that answer. Number one is false, but number two, he did finish all the fight scenes and everything first.
Right.
Okay, so it's two answers to that. It's both true and false.
All right, fashion dolls. That is it. That is our martial arts trivia with SpitFire. It is time to turn those tables.
Oh.
All right. So my guest here, SpitFire, is going to ask me some questions. And for those of you who are curious to know whether it's fashion, beauty, passion goals, whatever he wants to know, you guys will get to find out through his questioning, all right? And he gets to ask as many questions as he wants. And I do this with all of my guests, sort of like an housebreaker, all right? So I'm going to pass it on down to SpitFire here.
Cool. So I'm into a lot of fashion too and swag, especially when I go to events and stuff. So question is, if a woman wears, I would say, a green dress to an event, green, does it matter what color shoes she wears if she's wearing a green dress? Because I know in black dresses you can wear anytime you want, any color you want.
Yeah.
But in green, I know brown ain't never an option, but but in a green dress though, in a green, say, what's the best two options for color in shoes?
I would say a nude. If you're wearing like the green dress that I'm like something like what I'm wearing today, which is like a lime green or a neon green. It casts off kind of yellow on the camera from the camera glare, but it's like a neon green color.
Yeah.
It depends. So if you're wearing something like what I'm wearing, I would probably go with black shoes. But if it's like how I would say about the color of my nails, I don't know if you guys can see it, like an emerald green. If it's like a dark green, I would go with tan. So it definitely depends on what type of green it is. That's what I was.
Okay, because I witnessed someone just like they were out shopping and they said, no, I'm not going to get that because I don't have any shoes to go with it. And then they seen everything else. They had shoes to go with it. So, okay, so now, how fun was it knowing that as a Halloween baby, that you really ain't got to plan nothing for your birthday? Everybody dresses up anywhere. There's a party everywhere. You just say, hey, or somebody else can mention, hey, it's that person's birthday. Then everything just happens. How fun is that?
I love it because at a young age, I got to go trick-or-treating. I got to eat all the candy I wanted. I got to celebrate my birthday, have lots of cake, and of course, my stomach would hurt after that. But at a young age, you don't know any better. So I love it. I love being born on Halloween. And the crazy part about it is my brother's Valentine's Day baby. So his is February 28th. Mine is October 31st. So we are both holiday babies.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's Valentine's Day? Okay. Yeah, I need to talk to him.
Yeah. Yes. So 2 different months.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right. Another fashion question. Boom.
All right.
Let's say men's wearing a dark blue suit, dark blue shirt. Does it matter if he has the brown belt with the brown shoes or brown belt with black shoes, black belt with black shoes, white belt with white shoes, red belt with red shoes? You know what I mean? Because trust me, there's a lot of brothers out there confused about belts and shoes when they wear certain things.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. If you're wearing whereas black, because you asked me the question about the black dress, whereas black is easier for men and women because you get to pick any color shoe to go with it. Black goes with almost everything, black and white, and there's black and tan, there's black and blue. And I've seen people like Michael B. Jordan and so many others get away with putting those color combos together. Now, red can be a little bit tricky because you said red belt and another thing is you don't have to match all the time.
Right.
I like to do stuff to throw it off just a little bit so that it won't look like, okay, I'm all wearing just this one particular color. I like to wear things to kind of throw it off. Like yesterday, what did I wear yesterday? It was like about the same color dress that I'm wearing today, was a little bit lighter. And I wore some different color earrings to go off with it.
Right.
So I don't like to necessarily match everything together. So that would be my advice to anybody. Break the rules of fashion. Yeah. And I love to push the envelope and do things out of my comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did a red carpet because like 3 months ago. Well, what I wore, people didn't realize what I was wearing. I was wearing something that somebody would wear at like a hip-hop award show. But I was doing martial art poses and that shit. So everybody was impressed with it. So that helped, Instead of sticking on one genre, I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring this genre out over here, but put this into it. Yeah, so we're good on the questions.
And that's what it's about. Again, pushing the envelope. And even with hair color choices for me, I'm always one to be the daring one. Because I have siblings, I have brothers and sisters.
Right.
I've always been the one to take the most risk and be daring. Whereas my sister, I have a sister in New York. She loves the glamour. She would wear hair color like the hair color that I'm wearing today. Whereas me, I would wear the hairstyles that stick up in the air. I would do different hair color changes like blue, green, orange. Almost every hair color I've had here on this platform, and they're just like, you never stay the same. I'm always reinventing myself. Each and every month, fashions change. They don't stay the same.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that, too. Could do that every day.
And that's the fun part about it.
And get confirmation, too. You just walk past somebody, hey, you, da-da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's the confirmation. The
And
confirmation is different because you're not going for attention. You're just going for I would say a more of a okay, I nailed this. Let me go make sure everybody else know it. And you go out, they say it. Okay, hell yeah, I knew it. Like that.
And it's about fashion is about pushing the boundaries, stepping outside of your norm. Like red is one color I would not wear. I was totally against it. I hated it. But then this season, I would say 2022 was when I shocked people with the red leather look. It was just latex look. It was completely different.
Yeah.
And everything, the makeup was just over the top. That shocked people because they wouldn't have expected me to do that. They always think I'm going to stick within the warm
Right.
neutral family,
Right.
like the hair color I'm wearing today, or like a ash blonde color.
Cool.
That's what people would tend to think that I would go for.
Cool.
But I said, no, let's go red.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I got an event I'm gonna throw next month. Surprise people and throw it. And then right away people gonna message me and be like, hey, what are you gonna wear? I get that a lot. What are you gonna wear?
So that they can figure out what type of look that you're going for. I like to shock people. There's always a shock that with us Scorpios, we love to do the unexpected and remain a mystery.
Yep.
So
Exactly. Mysterious.
I can't stand green, but people say it looks good on me. I love green. Before I was against green and red. Those were two of the colors that I dreaded. But now I'm in love with it, especially the neon color. It's the summer months, so I said, let's have fun this season.
Yep.
Let's play with a lot of color and have fun with it.
Hell yeah.
And I love it.
Yep. You can do it in gym wear too.
Yeah.
Fashion in gym wear is important too. No matter, hey, you just gotta practice it all the time.
Do we have any questions for myself or SpitFire Fashion Dolls? We are turning the tables, and you guys get to ask me questions, as many as you want to, myself or Spit Brown. I've had such a great time sitting here with martial arts icon himself, SpitFire Brown. Like, again, I would have been 5 years old when Mortal Kombat Conquest came out, because my brother and my father would watch it all the time, and they had the video games to it as well too. This was when the Game Boy was out, so they were big diehard fans of Mortal Kombat.
I was the first African American allowed to play Ninja on TV in history at that time. Yeah, a lot of people made a big deal out of it. I didn't even know they were doing that, and Blade came out that year too. That helped too. Blade came out that year, so as soon as I stepped on set, the director, as soon as he asked me, he was like, "Have you seen Blade?" Right away. And then people were like, "Hey man, because Blade's out, you got some other stuff gonna get ready to happen for you."
V Brown, actor singer, shout outs to V Brown, actor singer. V Brown says, how long have you been with the Mortal Kombat franchise? Because you've done the Mortal Kombat live shows as well too. 200 shows.
1995. Since 1995.
How long have you been doing stunts? That's what V Brown actor was.
Stunts since 1994. My first ever on-screen show and fight was a pay-per-view show called Fight Zone, and the person I fought was my friend Mike Chatterattabut. Mike Chat. He's a grandmaster XMA martial artist, real famous guy now. He's a producer with the director of Bullet Train now. So Mike Chat. Actually, he was in Mortal Kombat Conquest too. So the first time I did stunts and broke in was 1994, Fight Zone. Mike Chat, the director of that show, is actually business partners with Michael Bay now. So everybody had humble beginnings. His name is Brad Fuller. He produced a lot of movies after that.
And just his work alone is just a masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't know, definitely Michael Bay.
Yep.
I see you all are coming in. Do we have any questions for myself or SpitFire? How'd you get into or cast it as a stunt person for the game?
Okay, so I wasn't in the game. I was on Mortal Kombat the live tour and the TV show. Yeah. Now to continue being casted as a stunt person, that's a whole different story. You got things called stunt hustle, where it used to be you have to go to the set and introduce yourself to the stunt coordinator if you can and get them your headshot and resume. That's where it used to be. A lot of times now they hold submissions that you can go to certain websites and submit to the website too. A lot of times through now workshops and seminars that you can introduce yourself to and learn a lot in order to be seen. Oh yeah, that's me. And learn a lot to be seen. And then they give a lot of coordinators now, the new generation of coordinators, give a lot of info to help people now. So definitely always ATL stunts, joining all movement, jam, and ATL and in LA. Tempest pre-running in LA does something called the Stunt Masterclass. You know, they have a lot of that going on. So now a lot of things are more accessible versus being left in the dark. Everybody, a lot of the coordinators now willing to share knowledge, information, how to train, and a lot of people that's doing stunts now, they will share with you now. How do they do it and what you can do right now? Before it didn't used to be like that. It used to be a closed door for everybody. Like, hey man, I want to do so and so, so and so. They're riding around on a motorcycle. Hey man, I want to do okay, cool. Do this. I gotta go. You know, it wasn't nothing personal. It's just because they were on their hustle too. You know, and they were trying to pay rent in LA. All that stuff. You know, life, all that stuff. Now it's not like that. A lot of 90% of the people that you meet that's in it are nice and they're open to talk to you. 90%. Doesn't matter what position they're in or how long they've been doing it. 90%.
And times have changed now compared to back then, whereas when the pandemic hit, a lot of people had to do in-person auditions. When this pandemic hit, was it difficult for you as a stunt actor and a martial arts expert to go in and audition for some of these roles out here?
No, because a lot of us already had like reels and stuff already out, and they had a closed bubble on certain things, except pre-visual action design, which is the action designer of the show or movie, doing fight scenes for the director and producers to show them their vision. Okay, a lot of that was going on. A lot of pre-visual action design was going on, and in training, if you're in this, no matter what's going on, a strike, pandemic, or whatever, you're training all the time because you have to remain at close to at least elite college level badassery that you're supposed to be when you get in front of them. Okay, it's no fake it till you make it in stunts. In acting, you can kind of fake it till you make it. Anything you got on your resume, you're gonna be able to do. If not, you're fired, and you'll never ever maybe come back 5 years from now. I mean, you're fired on the spot, and everybody will know about it. So, training, advancing your skills, advancing your knowledge, and giving your mind a break. And work on your future investments and future goals besides the industry, because you're gonna end up finding out later that, hey, I made all this money for this, but I didn't make any investments.
And see, we got another question from V Brown. He wants to know, what movie or project is your most memorable or favorite?
It's always going to be Mortal Kombat Conquest, because that's the first time I was played an actual character on TV, and I got creative control over the dream of being a martial art fighter in the entertainment industry. So, and it helped inspire people too. So it's always going to be that. But in the future, it's going to.
And then Blade came along, because like you said, they were both out the same time. And then fast forward in the late 20s, you had Black Panther. So that just geared up for what's about to come for other Black superheroes, which was groundbreaking.
Oh yeah, people of all color.
Yeah. All right, fashion dolls, while you guys are typing your questions for myself and SpitFire, you guys know that I always leave you with an encouraging word. For today, I'm going to give you guys the word that I see you all are coming in and you guys have questions. So the final word of the day comes from James Baldwin, and it says that every human being is an unprecedented miracle. And that means we are not our stories. Our stories don't define who we are. We are our own individual beings. And by us getting out here and telling our stories and encouraging people along the way, we are amazing and incomparable in our own. We are not what we've been through. In other words, that's what I wanted to say. We are not what we have been through. We all go through trials, tribulations in life, but you do not let these things stop you and deter you from your greatness. So again, you are walking miracles. You are walking blessings because you've been through and endured so much in your life and just in your career in general. And that's the advice that I want to give to anybody, along with today's final word, which comes from James Baldwin. So remember that, fashion dolls. Whenever you think that things are getting rough or things are not going along in your career or just in life in general, trust me, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, I've had to start over. I hated it, but trust me, it was so worth it. There's nothing wrong with starting over. And for me, it's like a rebirthing process. So to anybody who's afraid of starting over or just making that big career jump or leap and change in your life, like I'm going to be an auntie. I'm about to be 30 and I'm already about to be an auntie. So I'm excited for that, excited for the blessing that is coming for me and my family, and just excited to hit a new milestone in my life as a woman. Coming into my own at 30 years old, I'm just blessed and thankful to be here. And another big announcement I wanted to make is we are almost at that 500 mark. We are almost at 500 interviews, y'all. I have been doing this nonstop, back to back to back, all of my blood, sweat, and tears into this program and this platform, and doing another talk show with the co-host, Manny, which is tete-a-tete. We will be back next Tuesday. So balancing that out with balancing my own family issues, it's a lot. But if I can do it, you can. So that's my advice to anybody is do not let things stop you from where you need to be in the next point or the next phase of your life. Keep going.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you, V. Brown Actor. Yes, I can't believe it. Almost at 500 interviews. I made my goal the previous year before of making 400. We're now almost halfway at that 500 mark. It's like 486 interviews. This will be like, what, 487? So we're halfway there, y'all. Yay, come on, 500. Yes, I've been doing this platform consistently Monday through Friday, and people look forward to it. So special thanks to you guys for viewing and supporting and just coming through and chatting with me and my amazing guests. And yeah, it's one for the books. I'm happy. I'm at a point in my life where it's just like everything is just, the pendulum has swung and it's swung in my favor, in my direction. And I'm happy. I must say that. Hey, brother. Shout outs to my brother who's also a talk show host, the K2 Spot. Make sure you guys please go and check out the K2 Spot and subscribe to his channel as well too. K2's V. Brown Actor and all of you guys, just in general, Ali Yankee, all of you, you guys have been a big pivotal part. And I see my girlfriend, my sis Felicia. I just got through texting her not too long ago. And you guys always check on me. You guys always keep me encouraged and grounded. And these are the people that you keep within your circle. You keep yourself surrounded by people who you know will support you through the end result. They hadn't switched up. Nothing has changed. It's just been, I'm showered with love. And I feel all of the love that people are giving me. And it's such a good feeling to be surrounded by so much love and support unconditionally. So thank you guys. That goes along with the final thought of the day. Do we have any questions for myself or SpitFire? Because I was terrified because I thought he was going to come out as Rain or one of his characters, but the complete opposite.
Not this time. I got a new character that I'm doing. A movie called Razor. Character is called Aaron King.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys stay tuned for that.
Oh,
Do we have any questions for myself or SpitFire, ladies and gentlemen? And again, well, tomorrow Martin Noosa is going to be joining us, and he's all the way in Europe, so that's going to be a good interview. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for that. I'm excited about that. It's just been a great week overall thus far, and I kicked it off with my return because Monday I did not do a show. We had a show set, but we had to postpone. And then we returned that following Tuesday with those two interviews with Levi and Brenda, which were great interviews. Now, my brother K Tooks wants to know, what is your dream project? All right, we got a question for you. He wants to know, what is your dream project?
Dream project? That's gonna be a hard one because I got. Let's see. I would say has nothing to do with stunts and martial arts. I need to talk to Les Brown, motivational speaker, Les Brown. I love to do a Les Brown movie, biography movie called The Motivator. Okay, that would be a dream project because that's an opportunity from somebody who motivates people all over the world to basically still motivate people all over the world, but through a movie. But the way we would do the movie, I would do it not like a regular biopic. I would do Les Brown as he was doing his motivational speeches, and the people that he was touching, I would have the people that he was touching seeing how they changed their lives, and then coming back to his motivational speeches, then back into their lives, and then at the end going to some of the stuff he went through, but he talks about it a lot anyway. So I would do it completely in a way that nobody has ever done it before, and then it'd be a very inspirational, motivational movie that people have to watch over and over again, kind of like a YouTube video. They have to keep watching that information that's in the movie over and over again, because if they already motivated, or if they down and out, if they're going through good times or they're going through tough times, if they're in the gym, if they're at work, they still go back to that movie for a lot of inspiration in that type of movie or content. So that would be a dream project to do, a Les Brown movie.
V. Brown says interesting, and Ali Yankee also says, my advice is to always add color to black and gray areas. Don't just settle for traditional colors that make people comfortable. Add some vibrant colors and do you. And
Amen.
You said the key word right there, Ali Yankee, vibrance. I'm all about living life unapologetically and at my own limits, at my own limitations, and being bold. Because I was exactly ever since in diapers. I've always been the one to stand out. Whereas my brother and my sister and my other brother, they're the complete opposite. I've always been the one that's gonna stand out.
Yeah.
Like a sword.
Yeah. And it's sometimes it's like, so I feel like doing today. like that's my like that would have been my average day. So y'all, they might be up here. But this is just another day.
And normal to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And to anybody out there who has siblings and they think, oh, I'm the black sheep, why am I the one that's always getting picked on? Because you have something special about you.
Yeah.
It's something special about you. And it's always the ones that stand out the most that have something dynamic and unique about them. So, yeah, that would be my advice to anybody. Don't be afraid to stand out or live life on your own terms. All right, Fashion Dolls, do we have any more questions for myself or SpitFire? This was such a great interview. I had such a great time. And we definitely got to do this again in the future because I know you have a lot that is coming out. So with the year halfway out, we're now halfway, mid-part out of 2023. Before you know it, 2024 will be here.
Yeah.
What are you predicting for the future of 2024?
My future or for other? Oh, my
or
future?
going to?
I would say directing about three small things. Um, two of them being the web series type TV shows, and another one a short film sizzle reel type theatrical trailer for two movies that I want to direct. So that's easy. Now that's for that industry. Now, investment industry, real estate. Okay?
Mm.
Real estate in a different state. Another industry, fitness industry. Within the next 6 months, it'll be pictures out. It'll be starting my fitness modeling career. Okay.
All right.
So that's that. That's about it.
Stay tuned,
That's a small
guys.
goal.
And that's to anybody. Make sure you have a backup plan. Get into this business because you can have you can have all the success at the height of your career, but always have something to fall back on as well too as a backup plan. Always have a plan B, a plan A, and then of course a plan B too. Something to fall back on. I didn't always want to be yeah, I always wanted to be a talk show host and I always wanted to be a hairstylist at a young age. Doing hair growing up, watching the women in my house do hair. And I said, why not do both? And I broke out of my nervousness of public speaking because my teacher made me stand up in front of the class and present. We all had to do it. And I was nervous. My knees were beating through my pants. But now I've just overcome that fear. And I must say that I'm happy at this point right here that I've overcome it. And now I'm publicly speaking out to the world. And people are catching on and listening finally, because I was always introverted. I wasn't always the extrovert that you guys see today. It took me a while to get out of my shell. And that's to anybody out there who's shy or has a fear of just standing up and going for whatever it is that you want to in your career. Jump, leap, and that's my advice to
you. Amen. Wakanda forever.
All right, fashion dolls, if we don't have any questions, SpitFire, are there any encouraging words that you would like to leave to your supporters? You are labeled the black sheep because sheep are dumb animals and need guidance. So you don't break and you don't break the stigma because you are not a sheep or not dumb. Right. And anybody who feels like they're left out or why am I always being picked on and targeted because of something special about you? And I was picked on a lot throughout high school. So it took me a lot to build up my confidence. That, I would say, molded me to the powerful woman that you guys see today. Because I wasn't always this fierce, this outspoken, this just unapologetic. I tell people this all the time. Live life through fire. And
Yep.
that means taking on the heavy challenges. One of my affirmations when I get up in the morning is I am capable of handling anything that comes my way. I had to restart all over. I lost my previous talk show page. I had at least 1K on that page and I lost it. And I had to start over. I was devastated.
Yeah.
Take that as an example and let that fuel you for something even greater and even bigger. And even more opportunities are coming in your life and in your career. Now I am one of the fashion writers for Original Magazine UK, which is all the way in the UK. And I want to thank Mick for that. Mickey Solar, and we just recently did our interview, so make sure you guys go and check that out. She wanted a woman of color that had a great sense of style. So she chose me to be a part of the team, and I'm honored that she chose me to be a part of the team. She saw the fashion, she saw everything, and she said, oh my God, I want you as a writer. So she reached out to me, and that just goes to show you that no matter what obstacles try to come your way or stop you from the road to the destination of where you need to get to, there's always going to be something bigger and better. If there's going to be something that is going to try to come at you. And when that happened, I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What's going to be my next move? But now I must say I'm happy with the success and everything that God has blessed before me because I prayed and manifested it. And when that opportunity came along to write for Original Magazine UK as one of the fashion writers, I said, oh my God, it's all coming to fruition, all of the puzzle pieces, because again, that was actually something that I put on my vision board, which was to do more writing. I've always had the writing inside me, but I'm just like, now with me hosting a platform, I don't need to really write, but find something, find a backup plan, and that'll be my advice.
Amen.
All right, Fashion Dolls, I gave you guys the final word of the day, SpitFire. Are there any words of encouragement that you would like to
But
leave to your supporter, or anybody that is looking to get into martial arts?
wake up every morning and win the day. Your first 2 hours of the day, have some something, some type of motivational music, background motivational speeches, or meditation, something, or in the gym. Just the first 2 hours of your day. As soon as you wake up, win the day. That way, the rest of the day, you won't have to just react to the rest of the day. You just bring it in yourself, and you won't have to just go through the rest of the day for reaction. All right? You know, wake up, win the day.
And let everyone know where they can follow you and check out your projects.
Oh, yeah. Just at SpitFire Brown on Instagram. Got more stuff coming up there this week, next week, especially when the Equalizer come out. It's going to be a crazy week. That's a motivational week for a lot of people. So we're going to do something special for Denzel.
All right, Fashion Dolls. And also, you guys can check out Mortal Kombat Conquest on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max, you guys.
Oh,
so you guys can go
yep.
and check it out as well. Definitely. I love you all, Fashion Dolls. And joining me tomorrow, we have Martin Nuza, who is a director all the way from Europe. So I'm excited to do that interview. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We have a great lineup for the following week as well. Too. Next week, me and Manny return with Tete a Tete. So make sure you guys tune in at 3 p.m. next week with me and my co-host, Manny Killer. We'll be back with a new episode 4 of Tete a Tete. So make sure you guys tune in. And SpitFire, I had such a great time.
Me too.
We definitely got to do this again in the future.
Hey, our birthday's coming up.
Yeah. You guys, in case you missed it, me and SpitFire share a birthday. Our birthdays are both on Halloween, October 31st. How crazy is that?
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you guys stay tuned. I love you all, and thank you for tuning in today on Style by Stevie Fashion Dolls. I will see you guys tomorrow at 4. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.